We have returned in with my bad English grammar and conversational skills, such as they are. And we are on Zavod 311, and it is going to be MYM versus GEEK. And this is going to be a very, very interesting map, because I think it's fair to say that GEEK may be on the back foot in this one, because we've seen MYM play this map on more than one occasion, and they are extremely good at it. Isn't that not right, Mr. Dogbert?
Oh, my mic was on top of my head.
Isn't that where it's supposed to be? And he's muted himself.
What?
No, you are. Oh, right, okay.
Oh, you're well confusing me now. Are you doing this on purpose?
Of course.
Yeah, it will be Zavod, a map we've seen played in almost every single one of the EMS games.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems to be a staple now. But with a new spectator mode, this should be a lot easier to follow than it used to be. I mean, Jesus, just with the revive icons and med packs and the fade between players, it was so hard to keep track of anything happening at sea.
Indeed, this was the case. So let's just get into the server. And, someone's having a nervous wee, apparently. So, there we go. Stop a shy bladder. So, we're just waiting.
Got some, it's not like us to have some quiet moments between a game.
Indeed, yes. Quiet before the storm.
We usually talk quiet, but today we're going to be quiet. That's the first time you're probably ever going to hear that, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed, yes.
We usually fill
dead air
with quite a lot. I think you were chatting to someone, and that's usually.
I was typing
see,
I was insulting Flax. That's why.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, he deserves it, to be honest. It's not like he's poor right now after his recent win over the EMS final. So, is he not adding you a battle log? Oh, he's a terrible person.
He is a terrible, horrible person. Never mind. We'll sort that out. I do have friend request disabled because I have 100 friends, and the trouble is what happens is it means that people keep adding you, and then you have to make space, and I really hope EA sort that out, because it is nothing more than an utter pain in the backside. So, Zavod 311, and you're going to see MYM, who will spawn in as the members of the Russian team in blue, and you will have the US team, which is GEEK, spawning in red. And we are underway, and you're going to see a fan style. Maybe let's just wait and see. Looks like we've got 2 men going for A, 2 men going for C, and 1 man, which will be Flax, going for the B points. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now Flax is about to have a little bit of a bad day, because he's got 3 men coming in his general direction. So, and it looks like he's managed to take down Daily UK as he was sniffing around the back area there. And there we go, comes under fire almost immediately, and it looks like now as a result of that, GEEK are going to get the B point, but the fire is continuing between Daki Chan and another member of the enemy team. Nades going out. There we go. He's trying to sniff him out. And there we go. There's the kill being taken. And it looks like a and a C hold here by the members of MYM. So they're off to pretty much a standard start as far as these guys are concerned.
Kind of pretty much what you'd expect in a way. But at the same time, you know, this could be GEEK. They're getting wiped out across the board. This is just not the start you really want. The C flag, which is such an important one, in control for MYM. And then, oh my god, even worse for them. Flax just gets a double kill, and this is really not looking good for GEEK straight out the starting gate.
Yeah,
really bad.
Really bad. And we're looking at Ball Knight. He's managed to get into the C point, and his teammates are going to be spawning on him. They're just checking to make sure, see where everyone's coming from. And there you can see a little bit of fire coming in from MYM. In come the nades, taking down Ball Knight. And now you can see a pretty serious push, but also we got to watch out for Waffy, because Waffy's going to be sniffing around, and he's going to be working in between the A and the other points there. And it looks like he's managed to find one of his potential enemies, going in for a little bit of a kill. There we go. And for those of you that are not aware, they actually made a change on the spectator mode, so what you see is pretty much closer to what the team players see themselves. So A little bit of pistol fire coming in there with the 1911. I heartily approve of the use of that weapon. And now you can see Bornite starting to move in towards the B point. Now, looking at the difference in tickets, there's only about 40 difference, but it's looking like a very strong outing here by MYM. And you can see Flax and the A and the C hold continuing to work, as it looks like Ducky Chan and Daily UK, or Dally UK, sorry, managed to trade. And now we're seeing a push in from Matt from MYM. Going up against one of the enemy, tries to pre-fire that point, but gets taken down by Bornite. Bornite's damage down to about half health, but now you've got Safe moving in as well, and that could be a problem for them, Dogbert.
Yeah, and right now, they've just been shut down everywhere. The fight going on at B is obviously just Safe in her 2-on-1, but GEEK have managed to sneak through and capture that C flag, but you can just look at how many MYM are coming in from all sides. They're getting closed in here.
Yeah, that's the problem. So we're looking at Waffy, and Waffy managing to catch a nade with his face there, but managing to take that hit. So now you can see they're starting to rotate round, going up and top, and you can see more fire coming in. Waffy managing to get cut down, and it looks like that the GEEK guys are going to actually manage to defend that point as Executor gets brought back up, and now they're going to try and defend those tunnels from any attempts to push. But the bleed is still continuing to go against the members of the GEEK squad. But we've had an interesting spawn here from Dally. He's going to be able to maybe sniff around the A point, possibly maybe see if he can actually change the ownership of that point in favour of GEEK and start putting the bleed onto MYM, Dogbert.
Yeah. Yeah, he just got shot down so quick, and MYM are already on the attack here. They're going for C. Their defense over at B looks like it's been cut open. Safe, the only man left. But C is the far more desirable flag here, and MYM pushing in force. More spawns are probably going to come in here, but then again, MYM might even try for a full cap here. Yeah, more people spawning in. Matt spawning in as well. Just one defender left at B, and that's a Bambi Hunter UK player, I believe, and right now Safe, if he can get that kill there, and he gets it, this is a possible domination cap coming, and MYM looking so damn strong right now.
They are indeed. They are indeed. So now you can see Psychic BE taken down on the C point, a long distance kill there from Safe. And now it looks like the members of GEEK have actually managed to hold on to that C point. They're trying to get their team back up and running, but it looks like their team is now going pretty hardcore in for that A point. And they're going up against Waffy, so this should be an interesting battle. See what happens. And he's also got the Duckinator in there with him as well, which is always a brutal combination of Waffy and Ducky. And unfortunately, Waffy catching a bullet as he ran around the corner. So Ducky going in there and unfortunately being overrun by multiple members of GEEK. So GEEK managing to hold on to that A point and the C point, and something is going on here. It looks like a sudden push in by MYM in towards that C point to try and change the ownership, but the bleed is against MYM. They have an advantage of 70 tickets plus, so it's looking quite good for them. They're in a comfortable position, and they just have to essentially do the damage onto the members of GEEK as they push in towards the C point, Dogbert.
Yeah, and right now they got to be very, very careful. They need to take this lead away from MYM, because if this goes to another round, it's going to be very, very difficult. And look, there's only one guy left on the map, and that's over at C. They're going to lose A, and if they're not careful, they'll lose out at C, and this could be a full domination cap. There you go, no man able to contest a flag, and a full domination cap for MYM. And damn, don't they look like the team that won the EMS now?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you can see more fire coming in on the side rage coming in from Waffy. Waffy doing his thing, going in towards tanks and starting to push up against Flax and Ducky Chan. You got to feel bad for this guy who's in the middle, caught between the two. And I think that may have been Bornite. Let's see who that was. That was Bornite. Poor Bornite didn't really stand a chance up against three members of MYM coming in from multiple directions. So you can see now they're also starting to push that A point. The A point has been recaptured, but Waffy also moving in, looking for those important kills. And you can see Executor being finished off. And now more fire coming in from Waffy as he gets another kill onto Bambi Hunter through the metal panels, and now they're going to be moving over and trying to get that point back. So, and the spawn coming outside of the A point, and it looks like a push down towards the B point, and you can see that MYM are trying to spread themselves as wide as possible to cover all eventualities, but they pretty much can't be everywhere, Dogbert.
No, they can't. But at the same time, it's all about rotations in this game. You rotate quick enough, and as long as you don't get fragged on the route to doing it, you will take a good lead. And right there, look at Bambi Hunt trying to get that capture on A. He gets taken out, and MYM are just... Psychic and Bambi were pushing for that A flag, and from all sides, MYM converged on them and picked up the kills. A total pack mentality has took over MYM now. They're just going around in a big group. It's finally been put down, though, and that was by Execute. I don't know if I've said that right or wrong. Either way, eventually got the kills. But that ticket lead, is so significant right now.
Indeed, indeed. So you can see, obviously, these guys having a bit of problems. And you can see there's Execute pushing towards the B point. Got to be careful, get caught out in the midfield. Bornite moving over on the left-hand side, taking a little bit of fire from MYM. And there we go, getting taken down. As unfortunately that push into the B point was unsuccessful, and we're looking at Daily UK and Psychic B, pretty much the only ones left standing. They're going to be pushing in towards the A point, and MYM now circling around and trying to move in towards that point as well, as Ducky Chan's moving into A, and there's Safe finishing off the last person at A, meaning they're going to be in a strong position to get that domination cap back again, Dogbert.
And I don't know what you can do at this point, because they're getting shut down everywhere. That's a full domination cap, 168 tickets, and it might actually stay at 168. I mean, the only thing that could happen now is MYM spawn in a few people and lose a few tickets, but the EMS champions are looking on form right now, and Geeks are just being absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, unfortunately that is the case. I mean, bear in mind that these guys have proven themselves against some of the top teams in Europe. And like you're saying, the problem is for Geek is they're just being overrun in most of their situations. And when they're going up against the 1v1s against the likes of Ducky Chan and Safe and Flax and Waffy and Matt, is they're just not able to sort of compete at that level. And there's a 167 tickets in round number 1 in favour of MYM. And I think the server just crashed.
No, I don't think it crashed at all. Oh. You can just see MYM are desperate to get this over with and move on to the final. Obviously, Geeks can stop their maybe a bit of a preemptive victory for them. But right now, what was that, 167 tickets?
Yes.
That's not easy at all to stop. And this ain't the kind of map that you can do that on. It's really a back and forth one. So Geeks need to
play a game like they've never played before.
Yeah, they need to do the best game of BF4 ever. But if more than anything, just don't panic. Just don't panic.
Yeah, now the thing is, obviously, we've seen these guys, we've seen MYM play on Zavod 311. We know that it's probably one of their favoured maps. They've proven themselves multiple times to be very good at it, and they are obviously coming off the back of being the EMS 1 champions. So, you know, these guys know how to play this game. So, really, to be 167 tickets on this map against MYM is a very, very nasty situation to be in. And like you're saying, hold your nerve, don't panic. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. That's what it's all about, and that's really what Geek are going to have to do. They're going to have a hard time right now.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the hardest game that they're ever going to play. And yeah, straight off the bat, though, MYM just standard push, and they've got everything they needed. This is not good for Geeks. They need to break out onto C. But look, they're constantly being held back as Flax comes in. Doesn't get the flag, but Geeks know that there's someone around here, and this is keeping them busy where they really should be focusing out on that C flag and getting this bleed off their back.
Yeah, now you can see obviously Safe. The thing is, these guys, MYM have played this game so much that they know that they don't really have to do anything. They've just got to wait for an opportunity. And these guys are trying to clear the area with nades, as you would expect them to do under normal circumstances. But essentially, MYM are sitting there and waiting as Bambi Hunter gets shut down. And this is not looking good as Waffy then moves in on the back rage as well. And this is the kind of thing that you see these guys do an awful lot. One person engages, holds them up, another person moves around the back and goes for the back rage. And that's the kind of important thing that you see with a lot of competitive players. I've seen this with you as well when you've been playing on servers, is you don't go for the straight on head on attack. You tend to look for ways to get round the side, to get round the back, to get the pretty much guarantee the kill against your enemy and ensure that you do the best damage that you can.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's the best way for success. And right now, just look at those tickets as Geeks just can't keep up with MYM. MYM kept the bleed from the very start of this matchup, and yeah, I'm such a one-sided game, and MYM are just looking so dominant right now.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I think Infused should be worried. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see which map we're going to be playing on for the final with the best of 3, and or the maps, I should say. It's going to be a very interesting experience to see both these teams going up against each other. Now, obviously, part of the issue of that might be because Infused has not played in the last sort of hour or so, maybe, or last sort of half hour. They might cool down, whereas MYM has been playing constantly, and you kind of build up that sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? That momentum, that sort of warmth, and sort of getting into the groove of things, so to speak.
Yeah, it honestly is just a MYM. Obviously suffered the first defeat of the day against Infused. It's pretty much lit a fire under them, and since then they've just destroyed everyone. And that sets us up for a very interesting final, Chad.
Indeed it does, and there we have it. So that's pretty much it, all over, ladies and gentlemen. And we shall be moving on to a final between MYM and Infused. So we shall just wait for that information, as we're now watching Bambi Hunter shoot the crap out of a tank with a Magnum. And we shall be back with you very, very shortly with the grand finale, so to speak. So, stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back. And in the meantime, let's see.